My name is Thomas Eilen. Thank you for watching this Professor Risk Bulletin video. I hope you find immense value among the free insights, knowledge, software tools and data I'm developing for you on this Professor Risk channel. This is my second upload in the Bulletin series. It applies skills transfer and training content from my Mastering Global Uncertainty blog and training courses to current topics in global events. If you watch it to the end, you'll learn about an alternative perspective on currently active global risks, why one such risk is being hidden from you by conventional ways of thinking, how it's possible to mitigate your exposures to global risks and protect your interests from them, and when a free mobile app will be available on Google Play for downloading interactive versions of this bulletin to maintain to-do lists with diary entries for your response tracking. If you find this content useful, please share the link to this video with your friends and colleagues and take a look at the free content in my blog. Meanwhile, for my personal and channel introductions and vlog objectives, please watch the other videos shown here. As geopolitical, economic and environmental concerns are beginning to escalate once again, I thought this would be a good time to share my latest research findings by helping you answer the following two questions. 1. Are you being told the truth about global risk exposures over the next 12 months? And 2. What can you do about them anyway, personally and collectively? The answer to the first question is probably no. At least one top-level exposure is being hidden from us. I'll explain what that is, why it's happening and how. Then my answer to question 2 will describe ways you can mitigate your exposures to any list of global risks by understanding how they interact with each other and your interests, with occasional references to training content when it helps to clarify points I raise here, enabling you to make more rational decisions about how to resolve the challenges that arise for you. But first, I need to review what is conventionally meant by the term global risk and its related terms, before I can explain how a particular example of that kind of risk can be hidden and why it would be dangerous to ignore. Most commentators on current events who use this term shy away from clarifying their intended meaning, preferring to assume it is well understood. But it isn't. I'll demonstrate that by using the definition of a global risk endorsed by the World Economic Forum to represent conventional thinking and explain why it's wrong. Then I'll show you why top global risk rankings based on such definitions are misleading at best, because they distract attention away from critically important exposures by their narrow focus and omissions. So in this video, I will offer you alternatives that have been tested and proven to be game changers by my international clients across multiple industry sectors. My key points are explained by the next slide, which is an extract from my client training course. As usual, I will not simply read the slide text, but focus instead on making additional comments as you read that text for yourself. But you can stop this video at any point to take more time for reading and absorbing slide contents as necessary. This slide begins with the WEF definition of a global risk, which is fairly representative of the meaning implied in popular usage. Don't be surprised if your first impression is that it seems very reasonable, because the WEF Global Risk Report of 2024 confidently claims this definition is endorsed by the collective intelligence of nearly 1,500 global leaders across academia, business, government, the international community, and civil society. However, on further consideration, you may notice it has a few serious inadequacies that make it useless for most practical purposes. My alternative definitions address those inadequacies in ways that are sufficiently precise to be coded into the design of a knowledge base that can be embedded in a software application such as Factfile.app to enable more effective challenge resolution and mission-critical decision-making. The alternatives shown here may seem verbose, but every fundamental notion embedded in them is necessary for conveying more clarity of meaning and for minimizing the uncertainties of confusing circumstances. Although some fundamentals can be ignored, for example, when making tactical decisions quickly on the fly. I'll explain more about this in future training and vlog videos. Okay, so what is the hidden global risk and why is it dangerous? To answer that question, I first need to review which global risks are currently receiving all of the attention so that emissions can be detected. Here are 3 often cited lists of global risks, which are good examples of the state of the art in conventional understanding about this phenomenon. I'll explain in more detail why these lists are difficult to use for practical purposes in other videos, but the main observation I'll make here is they are simply not really lists of global risks. They refer to outcomes, scenarios, and topics at inconsistent levels of detail, biased towards some unstated perspective, whereas a more coherent way of organizing global risks might be to list a comprehensive range of risk types as shown here in blue, each consistently identified by a headline which represents all risks within its domain. By emphasizing completeness in this way, at both the risk type level and by implication all risks within each type, the errors of focus and omission can be avoided. Then the process of defining a list of global risk types to which all global risks can be exclusively assigned focuses attention on ensuring completeness, which in turn shines a light on high-level omissions. After review of past and current global events and their evident risk drivers, my research found that the global imposition of publicly declared agendas inspired by powerful but unelected organizations and their impacts on conventional global risks present the greatest unacknowledged collection of global risks. Examples of those agendas include the above, the significance of which suggests that the unacknowledged or hidden global risks they present should be grouped together under a prominent new risk type labeled agenda imposition, as shown in this final comparison table, which can be interpreted as the hidden global risk mentioned in the title of this video, expressed in this risk type scheme of organization. In my vlog and training courses, I explore the reasons why global risk rankings continue to ignore significant omissions such as this agenda imposition, even though their existence is becoming hard to deny in quality news reporting. However, this series of bulletin videos will expand on proven alternatives to conventional notions by applying a rational thinking approach to situation engagement and by offering a free mobile app on Google Play for subscribers to test the insights mentioned on this channel and track the effects of bulletin updates on their personal interests using short extracts of the latest data I provide to my clients as Knowledgebase services. After which I will offer a free version of the commercial Factfile.app PC software to expand your situational awareness of challenges affecting your interests. Meanwhile, thank you for watching this video. If you found this content useful, here are ways you can continue to support this channel. Best wishes, Thomas.